Tesla tanked. Hold on. Here's this 167. It's called quarterly. I love this chart. Okay, this chart has been extremely helpful. When I put this on a monthly, you'll see what I mean. Remember this? Really, really gorgeous. This is monthly support when it overshot, right? This was 3 levels of monthly support, Bollinger, Keltner, and the 100 month. Very, very strong, this 120. Yes, we overshot, but then we got right back in. We ricocheted right back up into, guess what? Resistance. This trend is busted. This is a firm busted trend. And look at this on a monthly. There isn't a prettier short in the world. In my experience, there is not a prettier short than when you have a monthly gap down or a weekly gap down. So I'm just kind of leaving that off for right now. But the point is, we bounced into 216, no edge for earnings. I have none anyway, but it rolled over. But this is the level it needs to break again. This 167.49, and then there's a nice little air pocket of risk. It's also forming a gorgeous kind of evening star reversal on the monthly. So timeframes matter. Even if it gets down, excuse me, it isn't if, it's already down. Even the fact that it's down to quarterly support. I'm on a monthly time frame right now, okay? This is confirmed, like the cake is baked. It could bounce all the way up to 186 and it is still a trend short. Does that make sense? This is a gorgeous rejection, a gorgeous rollover, a gorgeous evening star reversal. All we need to do is digest a little bit at this 167 for the next maybe two weeks. And then we're going to have potential bounce and trounce. This is heading back to 120. And if it breaks 120, oh boy, it's heading down to 65. So this is gorgeous. This is setting up, like, seriously, textbook. Bounce into resistance, digestion, rollover, maybe a little bit of time right here before it rolls over here. I don't see this going back above 216, like, ever. It's like so busted. It's so busted. All right. So anyway, go back to the weekly. I know that's harsh, but I really, really don't see this as going back above 216. All right. So on a fib extension level, if I do, remember this head and shoulders, right? Right down into the bank bailout low. Exactly. I'm talking Monday morning, Qs and everything else got defended. Came back up, didn't quite tag that trend line, but whatever. Bull trap came all the way back down to that 177, bounced into resistance, which happened to be this kind of underside on a daily, about 191. If you recall, on a weekly, it was really still weak sauce. Could not get back above this 186. Anyway, the point is, we did fail into earnings. And now I just had 174. I was really, really happy, but I said 170 would be price target. And you can kind of see this 1618 fib retracement down to 170, 171. Below that, we head down to 167. So this is just on a daily I'm showing you. 78.6 fib retracement is 167. Okay, let's put that right there. Close enough. So 100% of this move would bring us down to 160. And by the way, that was already there. So this line was already there. I just happened to add this one. Everything else was there. So where are we this morning? We finally broke below, obviously, this 186 and the wedge. Gap down. I said careful. Yesterday I said careful. They would monetize puts here because this is lots of good support. They did. And then earnings. Earnings last night, we were down, kind of hanging out at 174. We went through my 170, and now you know what's over here. 167, 167, the prior low from the bank bailout on the 13th. Don't be surprised if they monetize some puts when we open, because that is a little bit stretched, right? A little bit stretched. Okay, all right. So Tesla 167, like I mentioned, is quarterly support, also 61.8 fib retracement, but there is a lot of drama around Tesla this morning. It did, let's see, hold on, there's my quarterly. I like this one a lot, even though this overshot the quarterly, right? This overshot the quarterly and then it really broke. So this is a little bit of what I'm expecting. See how it came down and kind of overshot the quarterly, bounced up and then busted? That literally came back down, bounced, this is very, very important line for the week. Now on the daily, you can see we moved right through all of my tag, you're it, right? This 174.30 and 171, just right below the 78.6. But I have a hard time believing that puts would not monetize at this gorgeous level here. I still think it's a gorgeous swing short. It's a gorgeous trend short, but I'm just saying. Yeah, Tesla's ramping here. That's not a surprise. It's just the nature of optionality, 100%. So not a surprise, but I still see it as a trend reversal short, a swing short. All this is right now is an absolute buy the dip, monetize those puts, and bring it back up. If we get 170, that's the easy one. If we get 172, then you know it's going to 174. But 172 should absolutely cap it for this week. Oh, Tesla 120 target? When? Oh, well, not until, July, August timeframe. I mean, obviously we moved very quickly higher in 1 month. We could do the same thing on the downside, but typically it has to kind of push the Keltner channel open and start having it move down. So for example, this was a big breakdown. This was a trend reversal, gorgeous evening star reversal on a weekly. I said it couldn't get above 288 and literally it didn't. Remember the 50%? I literally put this line right here and said, if you are going to swing short, make sure we do not close above 288, and we didn't. I didn't know we were going to gap down, and that was the end of the trend right there. Absolutely, the end was Apple, Microsoft, and the rest were August 16th. Tesla didn't crash in the August 16th pullback. It took 1 whole month before it reversed lower. Anyway, this is the Keltner I'm talking about, right? And the Bollinger Band. They need to open up. And oftentimes when you pierce them, then they bounce. So it's one of those things where this needs to open back up. It's flatlined. It got way extended and then ricocheted, reflexive bounce back inside. Now it's toying sideways with this 200. We take out, some key levels, right? That 167 is quarterly support, 166 is weekly. But the point is, we take this out, we hit 154, we bounce, and then this needs to open up unless it becomes a fast, failure. But right now I'm not seeing that.